Hello, and welcome to the U.V.S. Translational pitch. My name is Ken, and beside me I have my friend Adnan. And to begin with, why do we exist? What pains do we want to relieve from the current market? So the current way of measuring vancomycin is very slow, but also very expensive. So it takes around 4 hours from sample to result, and it costs around 20 euros per sample, or even 70 euros in America. So that's why we wanted to make our device not only fast, but also cheap to make it available in all spaces. The customers that we consider are mainly patients and physicians. And the channels that we want to use to contact our customers are website, logistics team, and deployment team. Now, the customer relations. How do we get customers? How do we keep customers? And how do we make them grow into the company? First of all, we have to market our company. And that we do by going to exhibitions, to congresses. And then when we have gotten our customers, we have to make them stay. So we have to have a good customer relation, updating the software continuously as it needs. And lastly, we need to, by selling disposables, we will ensure that we will have a continuous income from all the customers that we receive. Now, for the cost of the device, we have calculated that we will be able to sell it for around 1,000 euros for the device itself, and then 80 euros for 100 samples.
All right. All right, so on the other hand of this business model comes the costs. First, these are our key resources, which are basically the most important assets we need to run our business model. For instance, we're gonna need a capital, but we don't have an exact number for that yet. And of course, we're gonna need to use some special facilities too. Moving forward to the next segment, where we defined our key partners, we want to establish a partnership with the manufacturing company of the pumps that we are using in our device. We will also use some labs and facilities inside Uppsala University. For our key activities, we want to apply for CE and FDA certifications in order to sell our device in Europe and US. So finally, all those three segments sum up to the cost, to the overall cost to operate our business model. For instance, the pump that we are using costs roughly 300 euros, which is basically the most expensive part that we are using in our device. But we think that we can negotiate this price in the future. Our BioSA costs around 40 cents per one measurement. And of course, there are some more variable costs, but we don't have an exact number for them at this time. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening. Any questions? You're free to ask.
There is enough time. So you have a cost of 80 euro for a cartridge. So this means every time, for every measurement, you need to pay 80 euros.
No, so it's 80 euros for 100 samples. So you can, so because every sample is quite cheap for us, we are not using any expensive materials. So we calculate that we will be able to sell 100 samples for 80 euros.
Do you imply that you will reuse a cartridge 100 times, or that it will be 100 cartridges for 80 euros?
The latter.
So it's 80 cents per cartridge.
Yeah, actually it costs us 40 cents. But of course, we're not going to sell it at the same manufacturing costs. So, but basically one microfluidic chip can be used for 100 measurements, and we're going to sell like the BioSA for 100 measurements for 80 euros only, which is a lot cheaper than the current solution.
I'm sorry, I'm confused now.
Yeah.
Perform 100 measurements with the same cartridge.
Yeah, but we can't like perform 100 measurements with only the with the amount for one measurement. So we need like we're gonna need like amount for 100 measurements. So we gonna sell them the amount for 100 measurements of the BioSA and the the antibiotic for.
100 kids together.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. The 100 case.